Open your eyes and see this city differently. That's what Bradley Garrett wants. For half a decade, this academic has been pushing the boundaries of our cities to access the parts that are off limits.
You know, it seems to me that there's a kind of cultural renaissance that's taking place. It is very much a backlash to the authoritarian constriction of our cities that we're all feeling, and there's this kind of bubbling up, this kind of bubbling angst.
Garrett is a place hacker who knows how to elude security cameras and patrol dogs to access the city that is off limits.
Oh, shit.
He rose to fame hacking into London's tallest building. Today, I managed to find him on the edge of another tower block to ask him why he thinks cities like this one are in danger.
If you ask people to get access to these spaces, you won't get it. Or if you do get it, you're going to have to pay, right? And so we've got ourselves into a situation where we don't have any choice but to trespass if we want to participate in our cities. We are losing access to public space, and it is rolling back to something that looks a bit more authoritarian, to be honest. It feels like, you know, the democratic nature of public space that we used to build into our cities, that's changing and we're losing it. And it's just taking a different form in this age.
Yeah.
You know, it does.
Bradley Garrett claims that invisible boundaries are even spreading to our spaces of democracy and are only noticed when you take out a camera. So we went to the home of London's politics, City Hall. This is what happened when we tried to film.
I'm afraid that you cannot carry on filming, sir. You must leave.
Okay, can I clarify one point?
Certainly.
Where are we not allowed to film?
As I explained to you earlier, sir, anywhere on this Irish limestone, which is a 13.5-acre estate running from Tower Bridge down to London, down to the HMS Belfast.
So there is no public land around City Hall?
Not around City Hall, no. City Hall itself is public. You're more than welcome to go inside. But unfortunately, around it, once you exit City Hall, you then become onto the more London estates.
This estate is actually privately owned by the government of Kuwait.
Had we also filmed at Canary Wharf or even the Olympic Park, the same thing would have happened. Because just like this estate in Tower Hamlets, they've been carved up into private hands. Such is the absurdity of the new scramble for public land.
In the shadow of the Olympic Village, this estate has become a hostile battleground. Young mothers had occupied a block of empty flats that the council said were not fit to be in use. Since the occupation, the council have now made a U-turn, but these mums who had no interest in politics before they were made homeless and have since become radicalised by the housing crisis, say the area remains a ghost town.
This is one of the tower blocks on the estate. There's 3 of these on the estate. Each of them have got 134 flats. And this one has less than 20 people living in it, and the other 2 have less than 5. The council, they're saying that it's in really bad condition and they want to demolish it. But the residents that are currently living there, they're really, really happy with, because they're really nice, sizey rooms and they've got space and they're in good condition. But it's quite obvious, you can see what's happening because you've got all these plazas being built, big giant glass buildings, and the council, it just seems that the council want to demolish them and build private accommodation that nobody in the local area can afford.
The estate connects to 2 shopping centres, but whereas the new glamorous Westfields is home to the fashion houses, when the sun sets, the old centre is taken over by the locals with nowhere else to go, including a troupe of young skaters. For over 5 years, youngsters have fought with security and the police over skating here. They now claim that after mutual agreement, they're now allowed to come and go as they please. After dusk, this is their domain.
This part of East London is changing from the influx of foreign capital. With public land appearing to be in decline, these kids have turned Westfield's poorer cousin into the front line of a movement.
24-year-old Tim Attidor is the founder of Boom, a street team of skaters that has grown out of this scene.
Areas that, like the parks and the open spaces that were around my area, like a lot of the parks closed down. And like I said, this is just a normal shopping centre, do you know what I mean? People walk through just to get to where we're going, and that's what we just done, we just utilised the space. But there are a lot of places that try and restrict us, but I think the main thing about us is we want to be free.
Space is becoming increasingly expensive, but for the generation who are being outpriced and excluded, their attempt to claim it back is becoming far more visible.